His AAU coach at the time played a big role in that. Also, the school. Because at this time, people are really gunning at you. They're coming at you. You know what I mean? And they're saying, no, this is the best program. This is great for Khem. And, he's going to play. And there's so much politics around it, And Khem, there was a coach, I don't remember his name, and he was going to Pitt. So Khem was like, you know what? I think this is the school I want to go to. And then turns out the coach did not actually go, whatever. So
the coach didn't go
he ended up not, I think he ended up, I don't remember the story. I think the coach ended up not staying there. So for Khem, it was like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? He's not going to be there. Like, this is the guy that I really, really liked, and this is why I wanted to go. But anyway, in the end, it was just a decision that, hey, let Khem go to Pitt and see what happens. And he did not like it one bit. Like,
but why did he choose Pitt? Was Pitt like, I mean, I know that the other school didn't work out, but was there something that was drawing you to Pitt? I'm from Pennsylvania. I know a little bit about Pittsburgh, but not that much.
It was just the atmosphere at the time, it seemed like it was a right fit. At the time when the coaching and the staff come at you, it seems like a better fit than where you are. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the right one, but when different options come at you, you got to pick the best out of the ones, you know what I mean? And at the time, that seemed like it was the best option, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. And it is, I think people take for granted, they think that this is an easy decision or anything like that, or you have all these choices that just pick one. It's tough. It's tough. So you do have to kind of weigh your options and see what's best. So he goes off to Pitt and he's in college. You send your baby off to college and he's going to have this amazing experience. He's going to love it every day. And it's going to look just like on TV, right? Where everyone's happy and they're carrying their books and they meet their college sweethearts and they fall in love. And it's just dandy, right? Is that how it worked for Khem?
No. No? Not one bit.
It worked that way for my son either. But
not even a little bit. So Khem went to Pitt. And he practiced with the team and stuff, but I think that there was a lot of conflict with the players. And nothing bad about the program. It's just that Khem didn't gel with the players at the time. There were too many stars, right? So here you have this kid who comes from Canada, and he's, you know what I mean, like a real top prospect in Canada. Then he comes to the U.S., and he's playing for 2 prep schools. You know what I mean? Very popular. And then he comes to university and he's sitting on the bench. And that for Khem just became very depressing. You know what I mean? He couldn't understand. And the only answer, he always got was, oh, well, you're just going to have to do your dues. Pay your dues. You know what I mean? Wait for your time. And it's like, okay, however, when am I going to play? You know what I mean? Because Khem's mentality was, I'm not going to learn nothing from the bench. You know what I mean? You got to put me in the game, teach me something. I'm not learning anything if I'm sitting down. There's plenty of other schools that wanted to play him right away, or would they, right? Everybody says what you want to hear.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Every coach is
That's a nugget. Take that. That's a great point.
Yep.
Those of you who are listening, I talk to a lot of families, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. But it didn't stop there for him, right?
No.
He went on to do some other things. So tell me a little bit about what happened next.
Well, actually, Khem told me that he wanted to leave Pitt. And I'll never forget this. They played in New York at Madison Square Garden. It was coaches versus coaches
for cancer.
Yes, child. And awesome game. Yeah. And it was a lot of fun because for me, I was like, oh, great. You know what I mean? I can just go to New York. It was a 6-hour drive. Let me go watch this game. And Khem told me when the game was over and the team was getting ready to go back on the bus to go back to Pitt. And he said, I'm out. I don't want to be here anymore. And I was like, oh my God, really? And he says, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And he went back to Pitt and just left. And I was like, wow. Yeah. So at that point, he wasn't playing. He told me, I was like, get on the bus. At least go back to school. You know what I mean? Get on the bus. So
yes, you're like, please, you start to plead, please, get on the bus.
Get on the bus. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Pointing and everything at the bus. Get on it. So
I get it.
So yeah, we did that for toggling back and forth for a minute. He's like, all right. So he did. He got on the bus and went back to Pitt. And when he got back to Pitt, he says, Mom, I really don't want to be here. And you know what? I'm not that person that's going to sit there. No, you're going to stay. I'm not going to convince someone to do something that they don't want to do. It just doesn't make sense. And I knew that he was unhappy there. And you know what? I felt that his reasons, it's not that it was legit, but at the same time, I saw that it was affecting him as a person. It was affecting him personally. You know what I mean? And that's what bothered me about the whole situation. You know what I mean? It's you could sit there and tell people, just deal with it. But at the same time, if they're not happy, then what's the point? Right. So that's where, we're like, okay, we're going to have to make some changes. We're going to have to speak to some people. And when they announced that Khem left, I don't remember what platform it was, probably Twitter at the time, when it was like, yeah, Khem Birch left Pitt. Oh, my God. The calls that came in. Right away, the calls that came in. So it was a blessing. So Khem narrowed it down to Florida. Was it Florida State, New Mexico, and UNLV? So Khem went and did his visits, and when he got to UNLV, he's like, Mom, I think this is it. Okay. Wow. So I went out to UNLV, and I toured the school, with him, and then went back to Canada. And then I said, you make your own decision, but I wanted to see, I wanted to see, because he said, this is it. All right. And I went with him. And like I said, we toured the school together, and we met some people, met the staff, and then we flew back. And that night, he said to me, "That's where I want to go." All right. And I'll never forget when we called the school and told the coach that. Actually, we spoke to the assistant coach, and we said, "Yeah, you're the school." The screams that came from my receiver girl.
They were happy to have him. Yeah.
Yeah. That was great.
That's awesome. And so his experience at UNLV, was it better than the experience at Pitt?
Oh my God, night and day. Night and day. Khem was so happy just to see him smile. You know what I mean? He was so close with the teammates. You know what I mean? He really, really, really loved it there. He had such a great time there, both on and off the court. They were like brothers to him. It is important. You know what I mean? Like when they're going places, they're traveling with these guys, they're going to class with some of these guys. It's very important, right? You got to be happy. And he just loved it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're going to have wins and losses, no matter what. So it's great to have a support system and your homeboys that you can, who are going through the same thing as you are. So good for him.